So, I mean, as leaders, we have to realize our people have different callings, different assignments. We're to develop them to do their thing right, not to do our thing right. We're there to open a door for them for who they're assigned to. We're there to shape and mold them so that when it's their turn to stand on their platform, they can do it. Not what's in it for me. It's what's their assignment and how do I help them do their assignment. Because at the end of the day, the first grade teacher still gets gratification when the high school senior graduates.
Oh my gosh, this is so good.
Because she realized they only made it to the 12th grade because I did my part right.
Hey, thank God for another day. Hey, I know we could be another way. Hey, pray, thank God for another day. Hey, I know we could be another way.
Okay? Listen. Okay, I'm about to start, okay? You okay with me starting?
Yeah, let me take a sip, cause.
Okay, you take a sip. A sip. Yo, it's your girl Jessica S. Smith, and I'm excited about today. You have entered the safe space for influencers to decompress, have fun, and just ask. Yo, Desiree.
What's up?
Desiree. Hey, nah, y'all done heard this theme song a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Y'all like the little new theme song that y'all hear with the introduction?
Thank God for another day.
I know we could be another way.
Tell us how you feel about it in the comments.
Tell us, because nothing other than my family, King Chosen, thank God for another day. It's hitting, like it's a whole vibe.
Yeah,
so I'm vibing,
sure.
but that's how we do it over here. So listen, I'm not gonna take too much time because the person that I have here today, yo, if you probably heard his voice just a little bit, but he is really near and dear to my heart, and I mean that. But I'm laughing because I haven't seen him in so long, and it feels like it. He is giving it to me. Okay, y'all done heard me talk about him before. His name is none other than Christian T. Howell. But I call him Father Howell. He is my spiritual father, and I'm super excited to have him here. Y'all welcome. Y'all welcome my father.
I'm clapping for him.
We don't have an applause button, so we do it. So this is a warning. This podcast, this episode is we just gonna thank God for it in advance. Okay, Desiree, can I get an amen corner? Because I need some help explaining what's about to happen.
Amen, because I don't even know.
Father Howell, thank you so much for joining us. Like y'all don't know, he is a powerful man. He teaches leaders to lead. I don't know how else to say it, but you teach leaders how to lead, and you teach them how to elevate outside of the four walls of the church. And so he is also an author. He also has his own podcast that we might talk about today, but I don't know. He told me he was gonna get me if I brought it up. So let's see how we doing. But
let's go for it.
His specialty is inner healing and deliverance. And so a lot of what you see from me on my side, the reason why I even have a podcast is because of this man. So I want to tell you in front of everybody the things I've told you before. I thank you for pushing me, because that conversation is, I never expected for us to be here, but we're here. And so I want to go ahead and say thank you. How you feeling today?
It's a great day. I'm nervous. I'm scared.
What are you nervous for?
Anytime I'm with you two, this is you just expect the unexpected.
What do you mean anytime you with us? We need to be worried about you.
I'm worried about me. That's why I'm scared. It's not y'all I'm worried about. It's me I'm worried about.
Okay, yeah, we're on the same page then. We're on the same page.
Yeah, have y'all ever gone up against Batman and Robin at the same time? It is totally bananas. So
Is that what we getting compared to?
yeah, Batman and Robin or
Batman
the
and
Wonder
Robin.
Twins.
Okay.
Any way you want to look at it.
Not the Wonder Twins.
Yeah, Wonder Twins.
What did he
activate.
say? Wonder
The Wonder
Twins.
Oh yeah, it's probably before most people's time, but it was a little cartoon. They were called Wonder Twins.
Wonder Twins.
And they would hit their fists together saying Wonder Twins activate. When they did that,
I mean, we powerful.
I can
deal
dig
with
that. Okay, Wonder Twins.
they did because they could do so much more together than apart.
So I
Oh,
gotta,
so
I'm
he
gonna
done
go ahead
already
and start.
started. He done already
What you
started.
said?
He done already started.
He done already started. I just
Because you
caught
heard
it.
what you said,
I
right?
just heard what he said. We do
So
better
much more together.
than apart. So you trying to tell us something that we trying to need to do more together?
Hey, we just going where
Because
we
you
wanna
did.
go.
I mean, you prophesied this podcast. You pushed me into this, so might as well get on camera. What you finna push next?
I'm just happy to be on this TV show. Listen, I'm just happy to be on this TV show. That's all. I'm happy. You know, every once in a while they remember small little people like me.
Father Howell.
We're glad to have you, Father Howell.
We are so we've been waiting.
Yeah.
We've been waiting on this day, and so I want to kind of start off with our relationship kind of being the foundation of this conversation. And there's some places I want to go, but what did you see? I've always been curious about this question, and I need to get on camera. Why did you push me into doing a podcast? Like, what was it? Because at this point, now we got to give the people a foundation. I was broken when you told me to do this. I was still healing. I'm still healing or whatever, developed, but I'm much further than I was when you told me to do this. I'm curious as to why. All
right, so let me ask Desiree, how we want to do this today? Easy? How we doing this today?
Give us.
See what I mean? Wonder Twins. Here we go.
Be yourself, Apostle.
No. Okay, you said why. Most leaders aren't gifted to see the value in broken crayons. Most leaders aren't. They want the cute, pretty, sharpened crayons. Now realize that broken crayons still color. You have to be gifted to take a broken crayon, sharpen it a little bit, and realize that may be the best crayon. So
why did that about to make me cry? wait, that was so beautiful now because I'm like, I was the broken crayon.
Wow.
but broken crayons have value.
They still color.
Yeah, just because it's
work.
broken don't mean it doesn't have purpose or value. Yeah. It just means somewhere along the way somebody mishandled broken crayon.
Yeah.
It could have been an angry person. This could have been a mad person. It could have been a person who didn't understand the value of crayons, so they broke it. But oftentimes in our community, we throw away stuff that looks broken. Instead of realizing if you got skills and gifts, you can take anything broken and make it useful. You just got to spend a little time with it. So, yeah.
We here now.
So you said something in the beginning. You said there's some leaders that are able to only see the sharpened crayon, and there's only people that can see that there's still use of the broken one. So because that's what you specialize in, as far as in leadership. As a leader, how do you develop an eye for the value of the broken crayon?
It's really easy. One, I think every crayon is broken to a degree. The problem is there is no perfect crayon. To be a leader, to recognize the value of broken crayons, to recognize that all crayons have value. But every once in a while with your gifting, a crayon is highlighted. And here's what makes it interesting to me. I don't like the crayon that everybody else fight for. It says more about my value if I fight for what everybody else want.
Wait.
So my value is not determined by going after what everybody else want. My value is determined by my ability to produce what I believe can exist. It's cheap people who want everything cheap and free. That's cheap folks. A person who's not broke is not afraid to take something broken. They know they'll add value. Why? Because there's value in there. Just got to pull it out.
Yeah.
So we have too many leaders who are fighting over what somebody else already made.
Y'all, has it been 5 minutes?
I mean,
Yeah, we're about 15 minutes in, I think.
That's not all. We're not.
Because that's the thing. That's the modern church problem. We're all fighting for the same people. Except all people have value and purpose. If you don't see it, you'll keep recycling people in and out. We do that in dating. We do it everywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, to the people dating, I would put it this way. If a young lady's looking for a man that's perfect for marriage, it's probably because some other woman already made him ready for marriage.
Can you slow that down and just kind of like say that one more time? Because I say it one more time.
Well, because everything grows together. And so if he's already there, it's because somebody got him there.
That's, oh.
So then what you're doing, you're getting something that somebody has already put their hands on and made. Those relationships normally don't last long.
Wow.
Because it has somebody else's fingerprints on it already.
Because they developed them in the way that they feel like they should be developed. Oh, wow.
And then you can have conflict because she made him good for her. Well, he's not with her no more. Just because he appears good don't make him good for you. So to the young lady, she's like, I know my value. And because she knows her value, she knows whatever she get with, it's going to add to its value. So she don't mind taking somebody who has potential because she knows she knows her worth. That's what's wrong with our culture. We don't celebrate brokenness.
Now that seems like an oxymoron to celebrate the brokenness. So what do you mean? Like, be specific about more. Like, give us more detail on that. Like, what is it?
Now this is loaded. So the church people just don't inbox me, don't DM me, don't message me. I'm not gonna respond.
said
Because
don't
we
come
know
for him.
they gonna come up there because
said
just
don't
because the apostle on
come
here, they
for
gonna be
him.
like, please don't come. Not on this platform.
Don't come.
Do mind doing something
Do
else
not.
because I fight for this one.
So
come.
this because this is my truth. Jesus didn't come for people that were perfect. He only came for those that are broken. The Bible says a broken and contrite spirit. So he don't need everybody that's put together. Jesus came after broken crayons.
That's so good and it's so accurate.
And so the problem is we don't know how to celebrate it because we're too busy. If you're not broken, you should be working. Now that's a message church don't want to celebrate because we like to get the working crayon and keep working it. That's why people are tired, burnt out, stressed out, frustrated because they're overworked. A good leader says, let me get some new crayon and develop that so I get another worker.
And give the other crayon a break.
Yeah, because if not, it goes back to the good crayon becomes broken. It's overworked, overused, frustrated, beat down until it gets broken, then we throw them away.
So what I hear you say is good leaders not only celebrate brokenness, but they provide a balance for the good crayon.
Because brokenness just means we're human. There's a problem in our modern American culture where we idolize leadership. When we think leader, we think perfect.
Yeah.
I don't want to work with nobody not perfect. I don't want to be with nobody not perfect, except we ain't perfect.
Yeah.
So I always say, how can you demand something out of people you can never give?
And even with what you're just saying right now, I think that all right. So I think can you break this down because you might be able to explain it better than me. So when people hear me call you apostle, what does that mean? Let's start right there.
So okay, I'm in this thing where I'm taking the church out of the church,
Right.
because that term was never even a Christian term. It was a worldly term. Apostle was a naval amphibious commander who went where others couldn't go and open a door for them. That's what he did. So that's why they were called disciples first. So what makes someone an apostle is not the clothes they wear, the ring they wear, the title. It's their ability to open up.
I am about to leave this pod. I am about to leave. I am about to go.
They can't leave. Because that's what it does. Those 12 opened up the rest of the world for the gospel. And so we realize that people can be apostolic and not even be primarily functioning in church. We need people opening doors in education. We need people in everywhere who are pioneering and trailblazing. So as long as we're limited to thinking about church, we're missing the whole world.
So this is what you're saying. Okay, I love this conversation. So you're really saying that we, for one, have to do our research, because that you just taught me something new. I don't know, Desiree, did he just teach you something new? Or?
Slightly.
Because I've only been taught the church's view on apostolic ministry.
I knew an apostolic is like building.
Yes, I understood that. You know what I'm saying? I understood the times of like where, when you have the 12 disciples and they were going, it wasn't no church then. You know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't a church then. And so now we've made it churchified. So I'm so glad I asked you that, because I even learned something in the midst of that. And I learned something so much that I forgot my original question of even why I asked you that.
Well, because people say, why do you call it an apostle? Because my gifting is made to unlock and open. If you can unlock and open, then what you're building on something else.
Yeah.
And the problem is we got too many people trying to build on what everybody else is building on. And the church, and I was talking to another leader this morning, the church right now as an institution is the only thing, don't come for me, what I'm going to say is accurate, who wanted to come back post-pandemic and function like it did before the pandemic.
Now, you're not lying.
It's only the church. The school system have changed, workplaces changed, but the church wanted to get back in and do what we always done. So in my estimation, we're missing it. That's why the church numbers, according to the Gallup polls and Pew statistics say church attendance is declining. You know why? We're trying to do something and the word don't exist anymore.
Because we can never go back.
Because there's nothing to go back to.
Yeah.
And that's a part about mental health. Memories only exist in your mind. So what you knew church to be, it only exists in your head, because what church was me is only my head. Your memories, not my memories.
So does that become insanity?
So that's the thing. We're doing the same thing over and over again, trying to get back to a place that does not exist.
Do y'all see why I love talking to him? Like, this is the kind. Zanaya's over there. Shout out to Zanaya. My girl. Hey, girl. Hey, girl over there. Hey, girl. That's his daughter. You just said a whole mouthful. Like, okay, so as far as like leadership goes, and we're talking about the broken crayons, I properly identified what your representation of leadership is and why you can lead leaders, like why you can teach leaders how to lead. And so how do you know, how do you properly identify a leader when a leader doesn't know who they are? Like I'm pulling these questions from our transactions because in the place that I was, and even the place where I was being developed, I was still fighting for something that I didn't understand. So how do you make that believable to somebody that is themselves? I got the best answer that I finally figured out. When you see you in them, you know. Let me say it again. When you see you in them, then I know I'm called you to help you. That's so good. I can't help you unless I relate to you. That's why it's called what? Relationship? That's what it says relationship. It's not religious relationship. Did I move the camera? No. I'm about to say. So when I see me in somebody, we relate. I can help you. I can't help you if I don't relate to you. Oh, that's good. Because why would you believe me if we don't relate? I mean, so now we're back to religion. We're trying to put these rules on each other instead of saying I relate. I get you. I get you. You get me. We don't have to have a lot of rules because we relate. So that's why this is so good. So that's why This is going somewhere. Okay, so the term church hurt, right? It goes around, and it's a real thing, right? But it's a lot of people experiencing it because what I hear you saying, in order to not experience certain hurt, you've been led by people that can't see themselves in you.
So here's the thing, and I'm gonna say it's some of it's church hurt, but it's people hurt. And it goes back to it. If I try to force this square into this circle, somebody's gonna get hurt. Either the square or the circle, they don't fit. And what we forgot, don't come for me, y'all. Because God don't call people to church, he called people to leaders. He don't assign you to a church, he assign you to a leader.
Mm-hmm. That's so good.
I'm not trying to see if I fit this church, I'm trying to see, do I connect with the leader?
That's just gonna that's a clip right there. That is gonna free so many people alone, because people's like, how does it make the church feel? This is so good. So I'm even getting the picture of how the house works, right? And so because I share the same parents with my sister. This is so true. Because me and Kendall share the same parents, we have a thicker bond than any of our other siblings because we share the same parents. We've experienced some of the same things. Even though our parents are divorced, we still had the same people that we went and called mom and dad. And so now, if you think about it in the terms of the church, I'm looking at for my mom and I'm looking for my dad, right? Not so much in the civil front, but like I'm looking for that connection. And because I'm in with that connection, I'm in the same house.
So this is the problem. The terminology is, in the apostolic, we share DNA. If I don't share the DNA of my leadership, then I don't fit in with my leadership. Watch this. If your sister hurts you, you don't leave your sister. Y'all share DNA. But if a stranger hurts you, it's easy to walk away.
It's easy to walk away.
Because we don't share.
That's
And so when people started having church and walking out, the problem is I don't know if we had a real relationship. Because when we're connected, how do we leave ourselves? Because if I left you, I'm still related to you. I'm going to miss you. I long for you. You're my sister. I mean, I think about you at night. We share the same DNA. The problem is we've been too busy trying to fit in church, and instead of saying, I'm looking, does that leader have my voice, my sound? Do they believe, do we have the same DNA? Because if we do, they could say the wrong thing to me. I may be hurt, but I won't leave. Why? We're related. The church, I'm telling you, the church, we go to family reunions. Drunk folks still show up. We don't leave. People still in the family. We don't leave. We tolerate a lot of stuff when we know we're related.
oh my God.
So whenever we try to fit
right now.
ourselves into a mental construct of being a building of people instead of people that really relate, it always goes bad. Because we've been taught, go to church on Sunday. Well, but nobody said where I have to go. I'm looking for where I fit in. Where I fit in, they value me being broken. Why? We're together.
This is so good. So for the person for someone that is looking for a church home or looking for a community, right? So how would they know that they're not choosing because the presence of the thing versus the actual thing itself?
So my truth is, before people get married, they date. We don't date our church. We get married. That's probably said too much.
I need you to go deeper because I'm gonna tell y'all this. Y'all saw my pastor maybe a few weeks ago, and he's my pastor because I took these literally what he just said. He didn't say it to me, but I told him. I said, he was like, "It's okay for you not to have a church right now. It's okay for you to date." But you got to find a church. Like, it was, the end result was you got to go to find a home. You can't just be laying around. You can't just be laying dormant in your gifts. You can't be activated. This is a break. And understand that this is a break. But go date some churches so you can understand because you never know.
Because I'm dating, do I fit in? Do we? Because in one good service, it feels good. It sounds good. It's like one date. magical date.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a dating once does not equate to learning somebody. And so I won't go to your church. I'm going to see just one good Sunday out of 4 because y'all got 3 bad Sundays, 1 good Sunday. I came on the 1 good Sunday. I felt like I felt God. Well, maybe it was me. Maybe y'all was really, but I want to date to see if we really do relate. If we don't relate, it's a great place. It's just not my place.
And that's where now we bring in a whole nother element to it because because social media is a tangible place for people to destruct everything. Like even how recently Ty Tribbett was destructed for what he said, but his sound is for his people. And so I even understood what the man of God was talking about. But for those that didn't, it sounded like gibberish and disrespect because of how he was talking. But for me, I talk the same way. So I can relate to that, right? So for people that are like, they've had these experiences, right? And they say, oh, well, I connected with this church. How do they decipher between an intellectual decision versus an emotional decision? So
here's the thing. I put it, Jesus said, my sheep know my voice. I hear lots of sound, but I don't hear the voice. That's so good. Does it make sense? So we grew up in different generations. Mm-hmm. I hear Ty. Sometimes I understand, sometimes I don't. I don't dismiss him if I don't hear. I just know it's not for me.
Yeah.
But I'm going listening. Are they speaking to me? When you go to a real service, it's like you're in there by yourself in the whole room. I'm going consistently see, was that a one-time thing? Or are you really speaking to me? Because my leader seems like they're always preaching about right where I'm at, what I'm doing, what I'm going on. So I don't want a one-time wonder. I need to go, are you consistently speaking to me? And watch this, not just to where I've been. Are you telling me where I'm going?
Because Father Howell, we got some folks that's stuck in the deliverance part of, and I'm trying not to touch that. But do I gotta if I gotta go to the altar all the time, then who need to be looked at, me or you?
So here's the flip side. Jesus' own disciples were broken, but he didn't kick them to the curb. He didn't stop using them. I would mess with. They weren't even fully trained when he was using them.
Oh,
they weren't even fully trained because he only had a 3-year period. And they went out to try to cast out devils, and it didn't work. And he didn't kick them to the curb. So as leaders, our measure stick is, it's an indictment on me. If I'm assigned to you, you're assigned to me. If something don't happen, responsibility always lies with the leader, not the follower. That's the measure of real leadership. Who is responsible? Now who has the title, but who's responsible?
Wait, hold up. You just said, I'm just trying to make sure my brain is acting a little slow right now. You just said the measure of leadership is not on the responsibility is not on the follower, but it's the one who's leading.
Yeah.
And so okay, so I'm a leader. I'm not doing this thing right. I'm kicking everybody to the curb. I've poorly branded myself, let's just say that, in the community. How do I change that? How do I switch that up? Because you only know the level of leadership that you have based upon not necessarily the number of the following, but the quality of it.
So here's my thing. I'm always checking me though. See, that's the problem. We're too busy looking at the people. Now this is a painful statement. But since they're not gonna mess it, they're not gonna inbox me. They're not gonna reach out. They're not. The Bible says we reproduce after our own kind. If you don't like what you're seeing, check what you've been reproducing. That's the Bible. In the Bible, every seed reproduces after its own kind. There's just a law of reproduction. So if a leader looks at everybody and don't like it, don't keep looking at the people. Maybe you're reproducing the worst parts of you that you ignore. That's because we reproduce. I can't make anybody be like Michael Jackson. I'm not him. I can't produce a T.D. Jakes. I'm not him. I reproduce after myself. So as leaders, if we don't like it, we need to stop. Don't measure the people. Say, hey, am I doing the right thing? Am I leading properly? Am I broken? Whatever it is, because one thing church people forget, we're supposed to be the most forgiving people. That's the whole essence of Christianity. We forgive. So if a leader really stood up and say, hey, you know what, y'all, it's been me. I need to get myself together because, it ain't been going right. People would honor that leader more.
Yeah.
Instead of one saying it's all y'all. Every week I'm tired of y'all. Every day.
Yeah.
So humility is good leadership because we're not looking for perfection. We want integrity.
That's so good. I'm like, I am bubbling over here. What does it?
No, I'm just looking at you. You look like your mind is still trying to catch up a little bit.
It's like I have questions. It's almost like talking to somebody that you have questions for, but they're talking so good that you like, bro, like what the reason?
No, I mean,
this was not the option. It wasn't. It was not.
No, that was not.
This was not the option. So that's why I said what I said before. Like Holy Spirit leads these questions because we have some diluted leadership because leaderships don't have proper leaders, and because every other broken leader is or immature leader. I'm gonna say there's some immaturity there because you just said that all of us has a level of brokenness, right? And the leaders that are have some opportunity in this area. What are the maybe 3-4 things that you would say that they needed to go ahead and initiate so that they can not necessarily even just develop in their leadership, because it sounds like to me they need healing themselves. Like what needs to happen? Like how do we revert that?
So the church is at a pivotal point, and I mean the church because the church is where we're supposed to get out of our structure, strategy, not just corporate worship, but we get our strategy from the church. And so the church is at a pivotal point because we've gone from this one-man leadership tier system to understand we need a team. And it takes another leader to have humility that says, I learned from you, but I need to learn from you too. Because until we get rid of the ownership, membership model, we can never embrace what the church is supposed to be. So when I lead a church, there are other churches connected to me. My thing is, and I tell the church, I'm not really leading your people, I'm leading you as a leader. I don't own your church. I'm coming alongside to help you as a leader. You're not my member. No. Because once I do my job, my role may change in your life.
And I'm trying not to go somewhere. I'll try not to go places like that. But Debbie, I am really trying not to go.
Try hard, work hard.
I am working. Look, I am.
Because that's the thing. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Okay, let me put it this way. Let me see if I can change it. Let's see if we can change it, y'all. How long you gonna make me stay in first grade?
Yeah.
Once I learn the first grade principles, there may be another teacher, but I've got to be a secure enough teacher to let you go. To hand you off or point you in another direction says, you know what? What I gave you in first grade, you'll use for the rest of your life. But there's some algebra you're going to encounter in the future that you need an algebra teacher.
So you're saying a leader understands where they can't help.
Because we need to be whole leaders that says, I can help you with this, but I can't. As a matter of fact, let me tell you who can help you with this. Why? Because I don't have ownership.
Why do you think it's hard for us as leaders to do that? Because
we're broken. We start getting our value by how many crayons we collect. I know that's not going to be good. That's not sound good to people. We take our value by the size of the box of our crayons. Well, how many shades of green do you need in a crayon box? You realize if you got green, if I just keep using white on it, it'll change the shade of the green. So our brokenness, it calls us collect. We become hoarders. And so I need a whole lot of people, because if I get a whole lot of people, it makes me look important, makes me feel important. But I don't measure it by number. I want quality. And every shade of green is undiluted by white. Just give me green and white. I can do it. You got 64 crayon. Just give me green and the white. And I'll just keep putting white on the side. Come up with the same results as you. So, I mean, we have to be whole and secure enough to realize whatever God puts in my hand is more than enough to get my job done.
Oh,
You know what's interesting though? You really only need red, blue, yellow, black, and white,
the primary colors.
and you can make every color in between.
And so all I need is a good apostolic. I need to give me some fivefold. My job as a leader, yeah.
There were five colors.
You get it. My job as a leader. Because my job as a leader is to really, and
Wow.
if we gonna keep with the Bible, my job as a leader is to raise up leaders who can raise up other leaders,
That's so good.
who can raise up other leaders.
Yeah.
Because at what point can I effectively lead all those people?
Because at some point, you got to go 6 feet under.
Not even then. My phone can only answer so many calls a day.
You right.
I can only make so many visits a day. So why not? But that's maybe I've got to be whole enough, because it was Moses had the same problem. Jethro said, Moses,
And he came and brought order.
you can't do what is you doing with all these folks? Raise up some other people. Give them what you got and be secure enough to let them go do it.
So basically, you're just saying Moses had a leader, even though he led, and he listened to the voice of his father, and said, as he said, "You're stressing yourself out.
You wear yourself out. You're doing this to yourself because you don't have the sense to realize this is too much for you." And at some point, I'm like, when I become frustrated, when I become agitated, when I lose sleep, when I'm no longer having fun, I ain't doing this. Because we cannot keep talking about it. I almost got in the soapbox. Let me change my facial expression. We can't keep about that thief come but to kill, steal, destroy. But I've come in life more abundant. But we're miserable. We're angry. So which scripture are we going to live out? Because if we're not having fun, then we can't be doing John 10:10. We're canceling. So it means that's why the church is falling apart, because our confession isn't matching the way we live. We're saying he can't have life more abundantly, but we're all looking miserable, tired, frustrated, angry, vexed. We blasting everything. It may mean you step outside of your grace home, just come on back in, pull it back in a little bit, and let somebody else do their part. Because broken crayons have value.
Yeah.
It goes back to it. You may not do it like me. You may not do it what I would do. But who am I to determine how you do what you do?
Yeah.
I'm just here to shape you so you can color. Whatever your coloring looks like.
I love that analogy. I'm here to shape you so that you can color. So that's why I hadn't been rebuked for stuff on the podcast yet.
Well, because here's my thing. Now this gonna make sense. It's not mine.
Yeah.
If I force you to do what I would do, it would be my podcast.
Yeah.
Now this is probably gonna take a change. I promise you, I'm not gonna respond to you online. I'm not gonna respond to you. Because leaders who force you to do what I do, I really cloned myself in you. And now you are really just doing what I want to do. But I've never been a female. So there are people you're supposed to reach and use language I never would use.
That's good.
So if I force you to do what I do, then the people that you should be reaching, you never reach. That's what I'm saying. The no-brainer of this thing is you have purpose, you have an assignment, you don't have my assignment, so you're not gonna do what I do in the way I do it. That's my assignment.
My God.
But we gotta be whole enough to realize, and I think some leaders, we're trying to relive our missed moments through the people we lead.
Apostle Father Howell.
We do, because
It's almost like the parent living through their child, and their child grow up to hate them.
That's the brokenness of the family. I'm saying that's the brokenness. Instead of realizing, I never had a prom. You going to your prom. I don't want to go. Yes, you are. No, just because you never went don't really mean I want to go. Now you're going to make me go. You're going to make me wear what you want to wear. And I'm going. I'm miserable. I'm really going to rebel against you at some point because you forced me to live a life I don't want to live. So, I mean, as leaders, we have to realize our people have different callings, different assignments. We're to develop them to do their thing right, not to do our thing right. We're there to open a door for them for who they're assigned to. We're there to shape and mold them so that when it's their turn to stand on their platform, they can do it. Not what's in it for me. It's what's their assignment and how do I help them do their assignment. Because at the end of the day, the first grade teacher still gets gratification when the high school senior graduates.
Oh my gosh, this is so good.
Because she realized they only made it to the 12th grade because I did my part right. She's not competing with other teachers. She realized it's a team effort. So we have to be whole enough as leaders to really get people where they are and put them in place and know when our limit is and say, wait a minute, they can take a little further. And celebrate when they go further. Because my belief is everybody who I come in contact with, their life, they should be able to do it faster and go further than I ever have. If not, I've not done my assignment right.
Yeah.
Because I'm supposed to be the thing they stand on, not the thing that puts a limit on them. That's the apostolic. I'm open a door so if I get tired here, you're just starting your strength where I stop at. That's called advantage. So I'm looking to connect with leaders who say, I'm only here what I'm doing now because leaders saw something that I didn't understand. And they let me stand aside some great, I know some of the greatest leaders in the kingdom. But they took a chance on me not because I was perfect, I was so imperfect. But they saw something in me, and they just by proximity put me close enough to I want to be like them. I want to be like them until when I get in position, like, who do I see who, if I place them close enough, it'll inspire them to want to be what I did and go further. That's what I mean. We're supposed to be advancing the kingdom, not competing, not compressing, not compacting. Now, we're supposed to give each other the advantage and say, whatever I have, you have. I will never be a woman. So when people say women, I don't have the language of a woman.
Yeah.
I've never lived one day in a woman's shoe. So for me to think I could do it better than a woman who's called to women, I can minister to women, but I can never minister as a woman.
That's so good.
So my job is to develop the lady who is it so that when they need a person who they can relate to better, so they may relate to me as a father, they'll never relate to me as a mother. I have to be secure enough to say, you know what, there's a mother figure, there's a brother, because you need a whole family. So I'm saying we're looking for DNA now. That's why we got to have healthy leadership because, and I've talked this before, and people don't like it, but we have slave mentality in religion. We own people, put them on a plantation called the church.
Yeah.
Don't go nowhere, don't talk to nobody else, don't listen to nobody else. That's a plantation.
Yeah.
The problem is I don't have everything for you.
And what you just said about the slave mentality of church, I think that's so real because, let me ask you this. How do I know when it's order and when it's a massive situation?
Love.
It's the simplicity for me. It's the simplicity. Like, it's like, how do I know this? Like,
well, because love gives liberty. Relationship create rules. Okay, let me put it back in terms of dating. If you're dating someone and you have to worry about wherever they go, there's something wrong with your relationship. If you love me enough, I don't care where you go, you'll be loyal to me. You can go to the mall, you can go to Bali, you can go to Hawaii, go to Honolulu. I'm secure because love is present. If love isn't there, I give you a whole lot of rules. So, But I got it from Jesus. If you love me, you keep my commandments. Well, you can visit every church in America. They'll never love you like I will. Go for it. So I don't have this sense of putting these boundaries and putting you in a plantation because we have each other's heart.
So for somebody that is like, the person that might be listening to this is like, okay, when I'm looking for this church, when I'm looking for this leader, what do I look for? I hear you saying love, but I've gotten love wrong before. What do you say to that person?
First thing I say is love yourself better. Because if you don't love yourself properly, you'll accept people valuing you lower than you should. So if you're not in a church, or you're in a church where you know you don't fit, find a place where you can be healed. Those places aren't looking for you to be a member. They're looking for you to be healed. When you get healed, they know you're going to leave. That's a difference in mindset. So if I have a ministry that does healing, I expect people to come that may never stay. I'm not collecting people. It's not a plantation, not a country club. My specialty is get you healed. When you get healed, the church is backwards. Nobody goes to the hospital and just lives there. You're here because you're not well. When you leave, when you feel better, you're going to leave. Some people are going to stay and work at the hospital. Some people are going to volunteer at the hospital. But not everybody comes to the hospital just supposed to take up a bed and just stay there forever.
Or to say, I'm gonna go from a patient to a nurse, or you know what I'm saying? Like, that's good.
So them say you're looking, when people are saying, what do I look for now? Look for a healthy leader. Don't look for a healthy church. Look for a healthy leader. Because people are called to leaders, not churches. That's a mistake. We were raised saying you gotta go to church. And they could smoke, they could sleep, I do all kind of stuff as long as we were at church. Well, they weren't healthy. It was just, we had to go to church on Sunday. Well, I don't just want to go. I want to find a healthy person to connect to. When I find a healthy person, they will make mistakes. I can overlook it. They'll make bad choices. I'll still overlook it. But if we really connect, I know you have my best interests and I got yours. Even when I leave, we'll still be related. Because I don't leave the leader, I just leave where I'm living. And that goes back to the family. When you left your mother and father's house, it didn't change your relationship. You just lived somewhere different. Yeah. But relationship, so I'm saying it's all based off relationship. So you ask, how do people know? Stop looking for a good church. Find you a good leader. That leader can tell you, because a healthy leader, there are people who send other people to churches that they say I mentor them a good leader. I don't have to be your pastor to do my gift towards you. And I tell them, let your pastor know that I'm involved. There's no competition. It doesn't, because if I'm not your pastor, then we have different roles. Yeah. I'm secure enough to know that's not my role. And so healthy enough.
Don't move past that too fast. You just said something that I really want the listeners to understand why, like, even when we're talking about dating, when we're talking about the church, pastor, and stuff like that, and it's like, why do I have to identify that role? There was a moment, and I always get emotional when I talk about this, because, like, the things you've done for me is, like, the way you made things make sense for me is, like, just beyond. So I remember we was on the couch. That was at not this house, but the other house with Pastor Mel. We love Pastor Mel. And both of y'all were having a conversation with me. And you just ran, like, we having a regular conversation, y'all. Like, I don't know, we were talking about his Kool-Aid, lentils. Somebody cooked that day. I don't know what we were talking about. But he randomly asked me, who is Coach D to me? And for those that know me and follow me on my platform, everyone knows that I've introduced her as not only my coach, but my spiritual mother. I would have never done that if I did. My relationship was challenged then, and I started taking offense to it. And I love Apostle because he was like, "I'll be ready for the fight. I'm ready for the hands. I'm ready for whatever you try to do me, because I'm still gonna say what I said." He kept repeating himself. He's like, "So do you know what a coach is? Do you know?" Because I didn't grow up in that. I didn't grow up with my dad having a coach or a spiritual mother or father. I didn't grow up understanding. So all this language is new to me. So he sat me down and I said, "Nah. Why are you asking me this?" Because I'm like, I'm finna fight. Because I'm at this point, folks acting like I'm sucking the woman's toes or something like that. So I thought he was trying to come at me like that. So then he, further explains to me that he didn't disagree that she wasn't supposed to be in my life. He said I'm not appropriating the relationship. So why is it important to do that?
So I wrote a new book, shameless plug.
No, please advertise the book because we like him. We like him.
No, it's called Your Assigned Seat. Now this might change everything we say. We have to wrap it up. Your assigned seat. The seat people occupy determines the role, the responsibility, and the authority they have. So you have to know where people are seated. We're in this room. We're seated at the table. Everybody's in the room could be in the room, but may not get a chance to talk because they don't have a seat at the table. So we have to really know who is seated, where are we seated? And so here's the thing. Coach D had, let's see, how would I say this for those who may not know? You had her in your life, but you hadn't seated her. She was in there, and because she didn't know what seat she occupied, you didn't know what role she was playing, you didn't know what authority she had, nor did you know what responsibility she was supposed to have to you.
That's so good.
And so it's not until you seated her at this seat that she could fully do something for you. And so we have to be able to define relationship and roles, not because people are insecure, but you don't get responsibility and authority unless you operate a certain seat. If there were 10 people at this chair, if there were 10 people at this round table, if there were 10 people in here, I would walk in and know who's in charge based off who's sitting in the right seat. So our problem is we put people in the wrong seat in our lives. We let them occupy the wrong seat. You hate the person you're dating, but you gave them the seat of a spouse. Well, because you gave them that seat, now they're doing the things you don't want them to do.
That was me, y'all.
It's okay. It gets a little tense sometimes, y'all. Y'all pray. It gets a little tense.
Y'all see I'm messing stuff up.
It gets a little tense. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah,
We had a commercial station break. It was a little earthquake, boom, little rumble. We don't like how they're treating us, but we gave them that seat. And because we gave them the seat of a spouse, they're treating us like they're our spouse. But we put them in that seat. So you have to seat people at the right place. And it's only in the church. We don't like it. And when I wrote this book, it messed me up on the inside because in kindergarten, your first day of kindergarten, you get an assigned seat.
That's right.
You get on an airplane, you got an assigned seat. You go to a football game, you pay for a certain seat. If you work in a company, there are assigned seats. It's only when it comes to spiritual matters, we don't want to assign people. We just want to be.
That sounds like a good book.
Yeah, so that's why I wrote it, because I got the revelation. We're seated in heavenly places. If you don't know that's your seat, then you'll fight stuff. You won't know your responsibility. You won't know your authority because you're sitting in the wrong seat, fighting a fight you cannot win until you sit in a seat of victory. It makes a world of difference. If I'm seated in heavenly places, then most of the other stuff folks doing is really beneath me. They're doing stuff I don't entertain, and why? That's beneath me. I'm seated up here. The stuff you're doing, that foolishness, that's down there. So if you don't know where you're sitting, that's why I said we there's some basic things. That's what we got to teach people. You're seated in heavenly places.
That's good.
You know what I'm saying? So as a leader, it may not be working well, but you're seated properly. Just stay in your seat. Because if you're in your right seat, it's going to work out. You can't quit, but you need another leader sometimes to come alongside you and say, hey, maybe you're looking at it wrong. Because I like Starbucks. Let me hide my little brain. I don't about to send me nothing.
Because you know the church folks, they don't like Starbucks. They said Starbucks is a trip, honey.
Yeah, that's what they say. But I tell them, all the designers they wear, they should start wearing their clothes too, because they ain't saved either, but that's a whole nother story. So check this out. Real quick, I want to say this. I want to do this analogy. This is a cup of Starbucks, right? Mm-hmm. What do you see? Look at this cup. What do you see?
Starbucks.
Okay, but what do you see on the cup?
Words, letters.
Okay.
White is green.
From where I'm sitting, I see a logo. This one makes sense, Desiree. Tell me this makes sense. We're looking at the same thing, but depending on where I'm seated will change what I see. So that I'm saying we're sitting at this. We're looking at the same
thing. We're looking at the same thing, but we have, and so that the seat gives you different perspectives. The seat gives you different outlook. The seat will give you different revelation. The seat will give you a different anointing. The seat where you are. I am about to shout in this place. Oh my God, Desiree, we gotta get this book.
That's why you gotta get connected to other people who have a different seat than yours, because they can see what you can't see. We can look at the same problem. I see a solution. You see stress. It's our difference in where we're seated. That's why we can't be one man team no more.
Oh, I felt my help coming. So, I felt my help. Apostle Howell, this was not.
No, this wasn't.
Desiree.
No.
I'm gonna tell you after we stop recording what I said I was gonna say and do. But this was not the plan. But I'm so glad because you told us well. You told us. Look,
so good.
Desiree.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you say something.
Yeah. I think what really set me free though was when he was talking about you're looking for a leader and not a church. But which makes sense. Like you can go to a church and that's literally what you're doing. You're just going to the church. But when you're responsible, when you're accountable or submitted to an actual leader, then the words that they're saying, you will actually go apply. So you're not just going, you're now transforming and changing and becoming a better person. You know what I'm saying? It makes sense to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is why, I know y'all talking mental health this month. This is why you gotta have conversations.
Yeah.
When you look at you see fine. When I look at you, I see off. We're seated differently, so we see differently.
Yeah.
I mean, we got to have this integrity to say, wait a minute, let me be authentic enough to look at other views. That's what's wrong with our country. We're sitting from our angle, looking at it this way, and it's because that's what we see, we're fighting for it. But to the person on the other side of the country, what they see is real too. Who's to say who's wrong, or can we just learn their different views depending on where we're seated? And if we can respect the differing of views, the differing of roles, we might get to solve a problem because I see what you see, but you see it from a healthier view. You have a solution. I'll digress. I'm whole enough not to need credit. But we can't do that if we're not healthy and whole. So we really need to develop mature leaders who understand that life is not just 2 or 3 dimensional anymore. There are many facets. And this is my conclusion, to the person who loves jewelry, looking inside of a diamond, there are many facets to it. You may not find a flaw in any side, but a person on the right side with the right experience, the right skills, with the right eye, can look and see a flaw in that third cut. They're all right, but our different experiences, our different gifts, our different everything just cause us to see differently, and we can't reject the people who see stuff different than us. So we need a whole, healthy, balanced team leadership. Yeah. And for all the millennials, the entrepreneurs, and the Generation X's and Y's, hear me. Don't surround yourself with people who agree with you. Mm-hmm. That's your biggest demise. You need people who disagree with you. Because if they agree with you, they're no good to you. I need people who see what I don't see and say, hey, we about to jump off a cliff. Why? Because you're seeing it differently.
Yeah.
So we need to build teams that are diverse, that not just agree with me, not do what I like, but I value what they see, what they bring, what they do. I'm whole enough to when somebody says that's off, maybe you're right. Maybe it is off. I never saw it that way. That's why I need you, because you can see what I can't see.
Desiree, I'm going to talk to you real quick. So I know I probably said this to you, that PG and Father Howell, I want them to meet, but I'm also scared for them to meet.
Yeah.
He kind of just like solidified that. Yeah. So I normally ask if there
A final thought. We've talked about a lot today.
Give it to us, Desiree. Give it to us.
We've
Give it
talked
to us.
about a lot today, and we typically give the space for our guests to, if there was one final thought that you would like to leave the listeners, what would you like to say?
Okay, yes, a final thought. Don't be afraid to look in the mirror. What you see is real. Embrace it, love it, and commit to being better. If you become the best version of you, there's no competition ever in that game. You shine regardless. Just be the best version of you.
Yeah. I'm smiling I'm just smiling because I love Father Howell.
Was that okay closing? Was that
No,
okay? Final
that
thought?
was
great.
so good.
That was good.
That was good.
That was good.
This whole conversation was good. I was not expecting to go here, and I know that anything that happens on Jess Ask The Podcast is needed. Whatever conversation, however the Lord, Holy Spirit, I don't tell y'all this, but folks be like, how you answer that question? How you can have a good conversation? I literally before, even Desiree was like, hey, what you gonna be talking about? I said, I feel like I can go two ways with this. And she said, well, you know how you do. You'll say that you're talking about this and the Holy Spirit give you something else and you start going down. It happens every time. So I don't prepare questions. I literally don't. I've learned not to even fight against that because it goes a completely different way and God highlights what he needs to highlight. So I'm grateful for you. I think I can say on the behalf of my community, thank you so much for the push. Thank you so much for seeing the broken crayon. That part makes me want to cry. Thank you so much for allowing me to be me. But also, I thank God that you had the sight, something that was in me was something that you could identify with so we could continue to do our relationship. And so I love you real hard.
You know what I want people to do?
Wait.
This is a shameless plug.
Go ahead.
I want to become sponsors of the show. That's what I want them to do. They ask me, what can they do? I hear people saying, what can I do? What can I do? What can I do? I want to become a sponsor of the show. That's what I want them to do. If y'all want to do anything for me, become a sponsor of the show. Because if we recognize the real prophetic is not seeing what's seen, it's seeing where something is going and getting in on it before it gets there.
That's how people do well in the stock market.
That's why we need to recognize where this is going. And if people recognize where this is going, they'd be wise to get in on it before it get there.
Okay.
Because once we get there, the value's too high. You can't afford me no more. So if I was you, I'd become an original investor. And then it's a difference. Because 120 years ago, people who would have put $10 in an apple would have been millionaires.
You right about
Right
that?
now, $10 an apple won't get you nothing. So we need to see where something's going before it gets there. Sponsor and invest in it so that when it is there, that's all I'm telling people. Say this with a smile.
Yes. I'm smiling so hard right now. I love y'all. This is my father, Howell, and I am so grateful that he's on here. And I didn't tell him to do that, y'all. I didn't. He does what he wants to do, okay? And so I'm grateful for you. That the assigned seat. Your assigned seat is available on Amazon. We would definitely put that down. ChristianTHowell.com is available there. He has teaching, coaching availability there. Y'all, if y'all think this was something, y'all just... We're going to have to pick up the book. We're going to pick up the book and read it. Thank you. I love you.
Guess what, people? They might let me come back.
You are we had already talked about that. This is not the last time y'all going to see him.
Oh, I'm
Desiree, we made it through this one. We made it through this one. Y'all, thank you so much for listening. Thank you for watching. Until next time, remember, life could be much more simple if you just ask.